Today, we're flying on Virgin Atlantic's A330-900neo from New York's JFK to London Heathrow in premium economy to see if it's worth the cost to upgrade or if it's just a ripoff. But first, our trip starts off at the check-in counter at JFK. Premium economy passengers do get priority check-in and their own dedicated check-in lane. You also get 2 pieces of check-in luggage at 23 kilograms each, which is perfect for all of those overpackers out there. It's also double the amount of luggage that Economy Classic and Economy Delight passengers get. Now, as for the lounge, Virgin Atlantic does have a dedicated lounge at JFK by the A concourse on the upper level above gates A4 and A5. Unfortunately, though, Virgin Atlantic doesn't give out lounge access to premium economy passengers, which is actually very common for premium economy. Not a lot of airlines give out lounge access to premium economy passengers. It's okay though, because we are going to get boarding. I'm excited to try out Virgin Atlantic's premium economy, and the flight is the best part anyways, right? Today, we're boarding from gate A2. As a premium economy passenger, we'll get to board in group 2 after upper class passengers. And after getting my passport and boarding pass scanned, it's now time to board our A330-900neo, which has been named the Cherry Bakewell after the UK dessert tart made with pastry, jam, almond frangipane and icing, and of course, topped with a cherry.
Hello, 27K. Hey, face the window seat, just touch your second also right. Thank you.
Today, we'll be sitting in seats 27K and 27H. The A330-900neo has a 232 configuration in premium economy. Okay, so it's now time for the quickie seat tour. The seats are upholstered in a burgundy faux leather, and they have a width of 18.5 inches and a pitch of 38 inches. Width-wise, it's not exactly a big improvement over economy. This is what the seats look like when they're fully reclined, and when they're fully upright again. You get a total of 7 inches of recline. And for those of you who might be sitting in the last row of premium economy like we are today, here's what the recline looks like from above. Carrying on with the seat tour, there's also a footrest that pops up at about a 45-degree angle. You'll also get a foot pedal that pops down from the seat in front of you. In between the seats, there's a double wide armrest, so there's no need for you to fight your seatmate to assert dominance for arm control. At the end of the armrest, you'll find a wireless charging pad. There is only one of these though, so you will have to fight your seatmate for wireless power. Or if you'd rather just be a decent human being, you could also just use one of the 2 universal power ports you'll find at the front of your seats. As for the tray table, it does pop out from the side armrest and can be moved forwards and backwards. Lastly, the headrest is also a plush faux leather that moves up and down. You can also thankfully flip up the sides to rest your head on, instead of accidentally falling asleep and drooling on your seatmate's shoulder. And just for reference, this is what the economy seats look like. They're fabric and don't have nearly as much cushioning as the premium economy seats do. More importantly, this is what the legroom space looks like in economy, and it's definitely a lot more squished. Before takeoff, we're offered a welcome drink. There's a choice between orange juice or sparkling wine, and we opted for the sparkling wine. And before we even know it, it's time for takeoff and we're up in the air.
It's really important that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If it isn't, push the 2 ends together until they click. Then tighten it by pulling the strap, like this.
Shortly after takeoff, the crew gets started on dinner service. Here's what the dinner menu looks like, and we did pre-order our meals online beforehand. My boyfriend got the pork stew. It was served with Parmesan mashed potatoes, roasted baby carrots, and celery milk. I have to say, this looked absolutely nothing like the picture online, which also happened to me when I sat in upper class. So, a Virgin really needs to work on making their food photos match reality. Nobody needs to be catfished by their dinner. I will say that this tasted really good though, so thumbs up for taste. I got the lemon seared cod with herb roasted fingerling potatoes, buttered peas, and tartare fish sauce. The cod, unfortunately, was extremely dry and tasteless. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Get something else. Anything else, please, and thank me later. I will say that the potatoes and the buttered peas were pretty good though. Both meals were served with a garden salad, a fruit and cheese plate, some bread, and a chocolate mousse cake for dessert. As a premium economy passenger, you'll also get a set of these iconic collectible Virgin Atlantic airplane-shaped salt and pepper shakers, which are named Orville and Wilbur. These collectible salt and pepper shakers are only available to premium economy and upper class passengers. And of course, the signature pinch from Virgin Atlantic is embossed on the bottom of them. After dinner, we did finish off with some coffee and tea. I really liked how the coffee and tea came in real mugs instead of in takeaway cups or plastic cups. Now that dinner is done, let's talk washrooms. Premium economy passengers have access to 3 washrooms that are shared with the upper class passengers, which is great for premium economy passengers, but not so great for those rich upper class passengers sitting up at the front. It does mean, of course, that in premium economy, you won't have to wait as long to use the bathroom. There's also a full-length mirror so you can make sure that your outfit always looks great. Which is great because, you never know, you might end up meeting the love of your life on the flight. There's also a foot pedal so you don't have to open the garbage lid with your hands. And there's also some soaps and lotions from UK skincare brand Ren. Now let's get back to our seats so that we could check out the amenities and the IFE. As a premium economy passenger, you do get an amenity kit, or a goodie bag as Virgin likes to call them. The goodie bag is made of an extremely wrinkled yet sustainable craft paper material. Inside the goodie bag, there's a pair of red socks as well as a red eye mask. There's also a toothbrush, toothpaste, and earplugs. The amenity kit in upper class is actually almost identical to this one, except in upper class they also get a couple of small lotions and creams as well. Other than that, you also get a small pillow as well as a thin fleece blanket to use throughout the flight. The other thing you get access to as a premium economy passenger is Virgin Atlantic's Wonderwall. Located in the galley area, it's self-service and you get access to both alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks, as well as a basket full of snacks to choose from. This was available starting after dinner service for the remainder of the flight. As someone that loves to snack, this was a huge plus for me. After choosing my snacks of choice, it's now time to check out the IFE and watch some movies. Back at our seats, let's talk about the IFE. It's 13.3 inches, which is the same as economy, and it also has a good selection of movies and TV shows. It also has Bluetooth connectivity, so you can connect your own headphones, which you'll definitely want to do because the headphones they provide aren't noise cancelling, and they also just aren't very good. And about an hour and a half before landing, it's now time to eat again. I got the French toast topped with slivered almonds and maple syrup. My boyfriend got the parsley omelette with roasted tomatoes and herbed potatoes. As sides, they both came with strawberry Greek yogurt as well as a plate of fruit. Both were actually quite good and a really nice way to end out the flight. I give them an 8 out of 10 for breakfast. And as we land at London Heathrow, let's talk about how much all this cost.
Alright, so since we're about to land soon, let's talk about how much all this cost. So one way between New York's JFK and London Heathrow was 21,000 Virgin points for the both of us, so that's approximately 10,500 Virgin points per person, plus around $210 in taxes and fees.
For reference, here's what the cash price would have been for economy, premium economy, and upper class. Premium economy would have been anywhere between $300 to around $500 more than economy class, depending on which economy class fare you booked. But let me know in the comments down below what you think. Is Virgin Atlantic Premium worth the upgrade from economy, or would you rather just save your cash? Thanks for keeping me company on board as always, and don't forget to like and subscribe to join me on more flights like this one.